Sure. Hey, Miles. Welcome back to
Thanks.
Cincinnati. It's
Yeah.
been a while. How are you feeling as the season gets started, and what are you looking forward to most?
Yeah, I think I'm excited just to get back out there in front of the fans at TQL. Just excited to compete again, to show, ourselves, show the league, what we have to offer in terms of our quality and how we like to play. And I think we're just excited to get out there and compete.
Atlanta's a team you obviously have a lot of familiarity with. And Tata Martino as well coming back in. What does it kind of take to beat a team like Atlanta, and what will the kind of, key to success be this weekend?
Yeah, I think it's important that we get our press right, make sure we're on the front foot, start the game strong. I think use the crowd to our advantage. I think if we do all those things, we'll definitely be in a good spot.
What was your biggest takeaway from the preseason? What did you feel like was the most noticeable thing that you guys accomplished?
Yeah, I mean, just preseason in general is a good opportunity for the guys to connect and get to know each other on and off the field, and I think that cohesion is something that we definitely built over that last month. So I think the guys are excited to be back in Cincinnati, that's for sure. So it's just understanding that we've already, grown so much this season, but it's about to actually, it's about showing it come Saturday.
And then Wednesday, you had two young defenders next to you at center back for that first half. I know you guys have what looks to be a pretty deep center back group, so you could be playing with multiple guys next to you this year. What's that like? What do you feel like? What have you noticed about your position group in particular this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got a lot of depth at center back overall. We got great players across the back line with experience, and also younger players that are, definitely, have talent and can show the talent, constantly whenever they're on the field. But yeah, it's just great to have that type of energy, or just to have great players alongside you, no matter who it is. It's definitely something that I appreciate.
This time, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, this time last year, the team was still kind of coming together. Spent the whole preseason with a very solid group. How different does it feel starting the season with the group you have versus maybe a year ago?
Yeah, it's a lot different. I think the fact that we had a lot of time to really build some cohesion together helps a lot, and I think overall just being able to train every day together compared to last year, it didn't happen as much, but that type of cohesion goes a long way, especially in preseason. So hopefully we can show up tomorrow.
Did you have one? Go ahead. You go ahead.
I'm good, yeah.
Oh, okay. I know there's been a lot made about like the attack and some of the things they're doing differently in the attack, but as like center backs in your distribution, do you think that's going to look much different this year with some of the new ideas? I mean, without giving too much away.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about different, ways to attack, different ways to build, throughout the course of the preseason, but it's kind of just about the opponent you play and the personnel you have on the field, what you like to do. But overall, we've definitely, spoken about and trained about different, aspects of building out.
I know you guys, you usually did playing 4 games in 11 days with the, with O&M too. Just how do you prepare yourself physically for that challenge this early in the season?
Yeah, I mean, luckily we got a deep squad, so, you don't have to play every minute of those games, but it's just about, getting recovery in. We got a great staff for that, nutritionist that focuses on recovery, so we'll be ready, to play at 100% whenever we, step out on the field.
As captain, do you have any special messages to your team as you guys get started?
No, I don't think so. Just about, going out there, competing, giving your all, and, coming back with 3 points.
2 ones, I guess you can pick either or both to answer. I want to know more about the tree that you guys saw down in that you spent some time with, and how nice it was to sleep in your own bed.
Yeah, definitely nice to sleep in my own bed. Slept very well. The tree was amazing out there in Dominican Republic. It was like giving the tree of life. It was very spiritual. I liked it a lot.
Got to maybe plant one in somewhere near TQL Stadium.
We have to, but we have to wait probably 300 years for it to grow like that. But it'll be worth it for sure.
What knowledge did you gain from the tree?
It wasn't more knowledge, it was more just understanding. We gave each other like a head nod when I saw it.
I know, well, this is going into the MLS opener. kind of still feels like you're coming out of preseason. I know the team played Wednesday, but
Yeah.
what was your biggest takeaway from the preseason, and what are you hoping to show the fans in this opener?
Yeah, I think we're building building off of what we had last year. We had the group together a little bit more, and so as preseason went, we kind of solved more problems and saw things that we could improve upon last year and get better as a team.
I know there's some history with you and Emmanuel Latte Loth, just given what happened last May, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something, I mean, I know you guys played them after that, but is there any love lost between you two? Or
I mean, I got 2 scars to remind me every day that it happened. But you know, it's a soccer game, and I'll let the soccer do the talking.
I wanted to ask you, Nick, about the trip down to the Dominican Republic, and kind of, we saw posting you kind of embraces some Cincinnati fans who had traveled down. What do you think? What was that moment like to see some people travel that far to watch you guys play?
I love it. I mean, you see the passion of our club and passion of our fans. I mean, there was like no one there. There was 4 FC Cincinnati fans cheering louder than everyone. It was cool. And so, you know, when they come out to games like that, you got to go out and give the extra time, because, you know, they spent their time to come down and support us, and that means a lot to us. And so, yeah, it was great to see them, chat with them after game, and more personal than normal, just like autograph and run away. We got to talk and chat and whatnot, and I'm excited to see them on Saturday.
Speaking of Saturday, what does success for this group look like on Saturday? How do you achieve that success?
Yeah, I think ultimately it's 3 points. I think we want to have a better home record than we had last year, and I think that starts with tomorrow.
When you look at it's preseason, you only have preseason videos of Atlanta, so you can only have some information on their players and that. So what's the balance between focus on what you guys do and then preparing for specifics?
Yeah. A lot of it's going to be a focus on what we're doing and what we're trying to do. They have a lot of the same players from last year, so we have a good idea of how they're going to play. Obviously, they have a different coach this year with Tata. But I think you're going to, you know, ultimately, you know what their strengths are with the players that they have, limiting those, but also, you know, focusing on the things that we can do well and things that we worked on in preseason, and hopefully we can implement those.
I know we talked to Miles a bit about, you know, there's some veterans like you guys, but some younger guys, Gilberto and Andre, people like that. So talk about that balance in that back line and how that's going.
Yeah, I think it's important for everyone to be able to play. I think it's good competition to have lots of good center backs. We've always had, you know, problems with depth at center back. If we can have everyone be able to be healthy and play this year and play their part, and we have lots of games front loaded in the first half of the season, if we can get everyone firing all cylinders, that's going to make each player better. And having youth in there is exciting, and it's fun to get to play alongside these guys and give them confidence to go be the best version of themselves. You know, as a leader, like that's one of the fun things, to see the growth of your fellow center backs. And yeah, I think ultimately the best center back is going to play, and that's ultimately going to help the team win.
with the consistency of the group, just so many guys returning from last year and only a few new guys coming in, does it feel like, I mean, there's always expectations around you guys, but does it feel like maybe you guys are putting a little bit more on yourselves, just knowing that you kind of want to build off last season with this group?
I think this preseason we came in with the idea of refreshing things, so I think it was less of you know, it's a new season, we're starting anew, and we're not putting that pressure. We know what we are capable, and I think we know, and I don't think the group is internally. I think we just are, there's a focus on who we are and what we can be and where we could be at the end of the season, and I think there's a more focus on inward looking than outward looking of the pressure that is to win a trophy.
How important is it to get off to a strong start at home with your fans, you know, excited about the season as well?
Hugely. I mean, look, last year you lose supportership by one point. 3 points is up for grabs, and every point matters, and so it's important to get off on the right foot.
You guys have been away for a really long time now to start the year. How nice was it to be back in your own bed last night, but also now get to kind of come home again to TQL Stadium this weekend?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, great. I got to see my kids last night after a while, so we hung out, and yeah, hung out with my wife. We got to watch a little TV show together, and just relax and do normal things. Yeah, it's nice to be back at TQL as well. You know, it's playing in front of our fans for the home opener. That extra little bump, that excitement, that everyone's ready to go is always a joy.
It was a long trip. We ended it in a good way with what I thought was a strong performance against O&M in that first leg. But everybody's ready to be back. It's a long time to be away, and I think that last week can wear on guys, but they stepped up in the right way for the game. So now everybody got to sleep in their own bed, and we'll have still a lighter day today. A lot of it was more in the meeting spaces. You just saw with the timing of this, so a lot of communication and some walkthrough stuff, and hopefully a group that's ready to start the season in a good way. Excited to feel that energy again, and then with every new year and new group, it's what's the potential? What do we see in this year's group that excites us? That is positioning us in the beginning of the season to hopefully achieve things at the most important time down the stretch. But yeah, the home games are always a highlight, and then just how this new group comes together. The preseason was really good for the relationships to grow and us building chemistry, and I think this group from a bonding perspective is strong, but now I want to see that play out in the best of ways with our performances. So, we can experience that early on in the season. I think that's always important.